All right. So do you want to start now?
Okay. We can start.
Yeah.
You want to ask first or?
Yeah, I will ask
I-
first. Yeah. Okay. I'll look for my. Give me a moment. My files. So which one do you like? Which part?
Part 3.
Part 3. Can you hear us on YouTube, Mert? I didn't use my earpods.
I realized it. I'm always looking to your videos for self-revelation.
Okay. Okay, let me check.
When I was looking, I realized it.
I know.
I have no voice.
Okay, your part 3 is about, the context is about meeting or meetings. Is that okay?
Right. Okay.
All right, let's see. So your first question is, some people say that no one likes to go to meetings. Do you agree?
Actually, I agree because meetings can be boring sometimes. For example, the meetings which is occurred in schools.
Which occurred?
Which occurred, right?
Occurred, yeah. Don't put
Occurred.
Occurred. So you put the emphasis on the second. Occurred. Occurred.
Occurred.
Okay. Occurred.
Okay.
Make it fast. Occurred.
Occurred.
Okay. Not cured. Not cured. Occurred. No. Occurred.
Occurred.
Occurred. Okay. And the which occurred, not which is occurred. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, continue.
The meetings which occurred in
Good job.
schools for discussing pupils' education situations. The parents usually don't want to go there, and because the meetings are usually boring, and they don't want to spend their time with these meetings.
Okay, so your next question is, do you think having meetings is the best way for companies to communicate information?
I think it's a good way of improving communications between employees in a company. For example, any company can make a project with their employees and can planning. Any company is planning to can plan to any project with their employees, and meetings can be helpful with doing this project, and employees can give many informations each other in these meetings, and can be a very great. It can give to employees creativity in this meeting.
Okay, you can say it promotes creativity for the employees. Promotes.
Yeah.
It can. I can't remember how you said it, but it was kind of awkward. Anyways, okay. Let's continue. Next question. How are face-to-face meetings different from video conferencing meetings?
I think face-to-face meetings are better than conference meetings because people can make efficient meetings when they are speaking face to face to each other, and in conference meetings people cannot hear each other, and sometimes internet connection may be lost in their connection may lost in some cases, and there are many disadvantages of conference meetings, and I think face-to-face meetings are better than conference meetings.
Okay. So your last question, why do you think world leaders often have meetings together?
Often? Can you repeat this question?
Why do you think world leaders often have meetings together?
In my opinion, the world leaders becoming together to do meetings because of they want to improve their international relationships. They are speaking in some environment. Sometimes they can speak about environmental issues in these meetings, and also they are speaking about international trading, and consequently they want to improve their relationship, and they are because of this they are meeting. They are often meeting. They are often meets in somewhere to build good relationships.
Okay. So,
Right.
yeah, that was your last question.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have, well, welcome Mansi, we have Aneesh, we have Imon, and we have Mariam. Okay, welcome guys. Now, okay, I'll give you the chance to, because there are, I think, 5 of you. So if we still have time left, then I'll also participate in the answering questions. So Mansi, okay, Mert, do you want to ask questions to Mansi?
Okay. Hello, Mansi.
Yeah, Mert.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. How about you?
I'm good. Which part would you like to answer?
Yeah, part 3.
3, okay. Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
I will ask some part 3 questions about universities.
Universities, okay.
Yes. Your first question is higher education too expensive in your country?
Well, talking about my home country, higher education is in fact quite reasonable, and it's not that much costly, because I belong to my home country called India, and there, compared to the world's other countries, education is very cheap. This is because like my nation believes that education, it is the biggest right of any individual. So the country wants to ensure that each and every citizen of the nation is well educated, because ultimately they are assets of the tomorrow. So yes, the education in my country is quite cheap.
Okay. And next question is, should all students pay for their university education, and why?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. I feel that, well, I'm on double minds. I'm on two minds for this question. I feel that students who are capable enough, I mean, considering their financial situation, if that's sound, then of course they need to pay for their education. But the students who are not well off, considering their financial background, government support needs to be there. So this is what I believe, because it's not necessary that each and every person is financially stable. So looking to the financial conditions, I feel that the support has to accordingly be there.
Okay. Next question is, what advantages do universities bring to society?
What events?
Advantages. What advantages do universities bring to society?
Yeah, talking about the merits which the university education, what an individual can get is, first of all, these days I feel that the universities, they are what I can say is that they have designed their courses in such a way that the employers can get the maximum from from a student. This means that they are not following the typical traditional educational patterns, which are quite which are very theory based. These days, the universities, they have quite a practical type of curriculum. So and they are inculcating skills within the students, which can directly help them once they are out of the once they are into the job market. So this is what I feel, that in this way universities are quite advantageous, and they are like they are working parallelly with the industries. So yes, it's quite beneficial.
Mert, are you there? You are mute.
Sorry. I forgot
Okay.
to.
Was that the last your last question?
Yes, it's last question.
Okay.
Okay, so we have
one more questions.
one more.
I have to ask. Yes.
Okay.
And which is more important, research or teaching, and why?
Research or teaching, and why?
Yes.
Well, I believe both of the things, they have their equal importance, because research, I believe, is it needs to be done on and off, because we need to come up with as far as education is concerned, new practices and new and innovative techniques. They need to be designed and they need to be experimented with, because education cannot just go in a very theoretical way. So the pedagogical experts, they need to come up with some new practices as far as the research is concerned, which can help these students. And at the same time, I believe teaching is also important, because teaching with proper techniques, that's also quite important, because the teaching has to be done in such a way that the student is able to encrypt the knowledge, whatever is being offered to him. So I'm in two minds for this question, and the main reason for this is what I have given currently.
Okay, your part research is over, Mansi.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Now we've got, I think there are many of us today. So for a treat, guys, do you want to turn on your camera? If you don't feel comfortable for some reasons, then that's okay. But if you like to turn on your camera, that would be a treat. Because I've been with you for a while now and I've never seen your faces. Okay. And unmute too, because I don't hear anyone now. So Mansi.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Who was that? Was that Imon?
Ma'am, I'm Imon.
Okay,
Yes.
Imon. Okay, so that's how you pronounce your name, Imon. Okay. All right. Now, Mansi, you will give questions. Oh, here you are. That's you, Mert. Look at you.
Just look.
Surprise. Yeah. Those, the faces behind those voices. Okay.
Yes. It's
Interesting. That's right. Yeah. It's sometimes you make a picture in your head when you hear those voices, but then when you see when you see the face, oh, so that's him. Okay. Yeah. All right, Mansi, you can give questions to Aneesh. Oh, let me just welcome the newcomers, Mariam and Raiyan. Raiyan just had his exam. Oh, that's Mansi. Look at Okay, guys, is this your first time to see faces?
Yeah, I think even the camera, I guess even I am for the first time.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
Yeah, we're speaking for once, but
Yeah. Okay.
After a long time, I think.
We didn't see.
Oh, nice. I'm so excited. Anyways, so Mansi, you're gonna give questions to Aneesh. Aneesh, are you there?
Sure, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm at hospital. That's why I didn't open camera.
Yeah, no problem. Just when you are comfortable. So who is this? Imon. Imon. Yeah, that's
Hello,
Imon. Hi, Imon.
Hello.
Interesting. Okay. And now, okay. Anis, will you be able to answer questions and ask questions too? Mansi will ask you questions. Anish?
Yes, ma'am.
If you just wanna listen, that's fine, Anish. Don't push it. You said you're in a hospital, so okay. Do you want
Okay.
us to skip your part?
Yeah, I can ask question.
You can answer. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, Mansi, you have your questions ready?
Okay, yeah. Anish, I will ask you part 3.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, how do public places change in towns or cities?
Yes, public places will change in our city. There are a lot of things is there because most of the people like to prefer in mall because we know public places is a lot of malls, hospitals, and other facilities are available. So I think that kind of building, new building is create a lot of good things, and that time public places will change a lot to become a city.
Okay, what public places do old people usually go to?
Actually, public places and older people usually go to talk with their friends because we know most of the old people after 60 they are retired, so they don't they have so much time to spend with their friends, and by the time they like to walking because whenever they get free time they meet their friends and they want peaceful atmosphere. So that's why they are going to the gardening and some kind of public places is related to help to talk with each other and create a new friend circle. And moreover, we know some charity workers are doing in public places like most of the older people come to that place and they interact with their own ideas, then they will implement in future.
Okay, why do young people like to go to public places?
Yeah, young people like to go to meet their friends, and they want to. They are very adventurous. Like they want to do some different kind of things, bike racing, and meet new friends. And sometimes they explore their life in city side. So that's why they are prefer to go to the public places, and maybe they have a lot of job opportunities available in public places like some kind of older activities like some young age people recently doing a lot of activities. So that's why they are prefer to go to the public places and they make new friends, and they have to do some different kind of things in their life.
Okay, will more people move to cities in the future?
Yes, of course, more people like to move to the city because they want to pay life. Because in city we know a lot of job opportunities. Nowadays, most of the people are facing a lot of unemployment in unemployment in your countryside. So that's why they would like to go to city side. And sometimes in the emergency time, we don't have that much medical facilities in countryside. So that reason also people are like to go to the city side. And moreover, there are a lot of opportunities like we meet new friend circle in city side, and we have a lot of good opportunity like cinemas and shopping mall, and daily needed things they want to get easily buy in city side. So that's why in future also most of the people like to go to city side.
Okay, I've finished my part.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mansi. Okay, it's your turn, Aneesh, to ask questions. I think you're gonna ask Imon. and then Imon will ask Raiyan, and then Raiyan. I'm gonna ask Mariam questions. So Aneesh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. You're gonna
Yeah.
ask questions to Imon.
Imon. Hi, Imon.
Hello.
Which part do you prefer?
Sorry.
You can ask me from part 1 or part 3.
I saw your face earlier, Imon. What's happening? There you are. Okay. Just for a treat. It's been a while. I've been in these practice sessions and we've never seen each other. All right. So, Aneesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Imon is ready.
Yeah. Which part do you prefer? Part 1 or part 3?
Well, you can ask me from part 1 or part 3.
Just
Okay, then-
do it part 1, Aneesh. My suggestion.
Okay, I will. Okay, do you work or study?
Well, I'm a student, a full-time student indeed. Right now, I'm doing my graduation in education and research at Noakhali Science and Technology University.
Okay, what can young people do in your area?
Sorry?
What can young people do in your area?
What can any people?
What can young people,
Young.
Okay.
young people do in your area?
Well, to be precise, young people can do a number of things in my area. First of all, they can do several types of jobs, or they can do they can participate in different kinds of volunteer organization. Besides that, they can there is a chance to there is a lots of education institution available in my locality. So yes, there is numerous opportunities are available in my locality.
Okay. Do you like cooking?
Well, to be honest, I don't like cooking as I'm not too much passionate about cooking, but I love to eat.
Okay. So, what do you like about living there?
Well, I like a lots of things about living there. First of all, as I live in the countryside, so there is fresh food and as well as vegetables, fruits are available in my village. Besides that, as our country is developing, so there are also availability of better hospital or better market, and on top of that there are also a range of good educational institution in my locality. So yes, I get a lots of facilities in my locality which I like.
Okay, so your last question is, what are the benefits of traveling?
Well, that's a pretty interesting question. By traveling, we can explore to different kinds of cultures. We can know the thoughts and feelings of different of people from different parts. Besides that, we can know about their cultures, about their traditions, as well as their history. So yes, we can traveling enrich our knowledge and experience.
Okay, your part on section is over.
Thank you. Good job. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Now we have Raiyan. I think we're gonna interview Raiyan. How was his exam? Did it go well?
Yeah, my speaking test was good, and it was a good moment. And when I left the hall, I was smiling. So I can say that it was a good experience. So hopefully I can get at least 7. So I was fluent enough to answer any questions. However, my part 2 questions were very critical. Actually, it was technical related questions, and all the part 3 questions were related to like psychological questions. So such as why should people play games and how it helps to boost their mental health, and should children play with video games, and what will hamper their studies. This sort of technical questions I got. And my part 2 question Q card session was related to describe a puzzle game that you have enjoyed. So it was a bit tricky. So I played a lot of games in my whole life, but puzzle game, actually I was puzzled that time. So I found difficult that question. So however I managed.
We are puzzled too.
Yeah, and they specifically mentioned that the puzzle game could be crosswords or like Sudoku.
Oh.
I was about to answer like crosswords. However, I changed immediately my thoughts, and I answered regarding Sudoku. However, I don't have enough knowledge about Sudoku. I tried to play this game 4 or 5 times in my life, so I lied all about the topic. But overall, it was good, and I was fluent enough, and I have used 4 to 5 idioms, and used more than 4 or 5 complex sentences. So yeah, it was a good experience, and hopefully I can get at least 7. So and each and every time I answered my questions, the examiner tried to grab me and tried to puzzle me with some difficult questions like why is this, and why you are thinking like this sort of questions. So you are answering a question regarding why, and after you complete your answer, then the examiner asks you again why you do think so. So it was difficult. However, I managed to answer all the questions without any effort.
That's good. That's good. What about your part 1 questions? Just the normal ones?
Part 1 question was related about like I am a service holder or a student. So that was my first question, and I answered this question with idioms. So I answered this, well, I don't want you to sit on the fence. This mainly because I did my bachelor's and master's. However, I am a student right now because I am doing my second master's. Also, I am a service holder, full-time service holder. So these sort of questions. And the part 1 question was about environment. So the question was like, if I'm not wrong, why should people protect environment, and why like environment related questions. So why people litter? It was like he asked me all technical related questions. So if you don't have any knowledge or information, then it will be difficult to answer the questions. So I somehow managed to answer all the questions smoothly.
That's good. Good job. Yeah, well, environment is always a tricky
It's a general topic.
Yeah, it's a general topic, but
say something about it.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah,
was it in British Council or IDP?
IDP.
Okay.
But
I will took from British Council.
What did you say?
Yeah, I think British Council questions, smooth questions, so that you can answer your questions accordingly. But each and every time I found difficult my part 2 questions. So all questions was about like first, when I took the test first time, my Q card session was about describe a subject that you interest the most. And they specifically mentioned that the subject I have to discuss related to physics, chemistry, or biology, like science subjects. So it was difficult for me. As I am a human resource professional, so I have studied and read more than 100 books which is related to my subjects, but that was a specific question, so I found it difficult to answer that questions, and it was my first time. So second time was a good experience, but somehow I couldn't score 7, which is my desirable score. But this time I found difficult questions, and as I practice regularly, and speaking is all about practice, regular basis. So I managed to escape this situation. So I feel confident now.
Okay, thanks for sharing, Raiyan.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
It's nice to be prepared, that sometimes these examiners, they can come up with questions that we never expect. I never expect something like puzzle. Can you describe a puzzle?
My suggestion would be prepare for the worst experience.
Yeah, exactly. I think I mentioned
because the examiner was asking, why, what do you think about this? Why do you think like this? Such, I felt like that he's trying to stop me somehow, and I got lost, this sort of thing. But he couldn't stop me.
Yeah, I think what he was trying to do is for you to really elaborate, because I think those whys were in the part 3 questions. So he wanted, or she was a woman, right?
Yeah,
I think she wanted you to really elaborate and try to see if how knowledgeable you are in terms of your vocabulary, in terms of your grammar, and speaking coherently with the context of your questions, of your answers. So I think that's
part 2. Somehow this is because I don't have any knowledge regarding puzzle games. So that time I was lost, but I repeated one sentence, so it's okay. But I managed to answer his question, and I feel that I missed a question which was a bullet point related. I forgot the question, but when he stopped me, he asked the question again. So I answered him politely. So it was good.
Well, because I'm with the IELTS Advantage, and Chris Bell said that the guy who runs the business, he said that it's not really necessary to answer all the bullet points. The main thing is you have to be in the context when you answer your question, when you describe a thing. So as long as it's still, let's say for example, describe an outfit, your favorite outfit. So as long as you don't describe a car, it doesn't matter if you don't answer what color, when did you buy it, why do you like it. As long as you are still describing that favorite outfit, then it doesn't matter if you missed those bullet points, which is really, it makes sense. As long as you don't start describing the sky or describing your shoes, it's okay. So don't worry about missing those other bullet points. This is also, I want also to give you tips, guys. What I've learned, for example, from IELTS Advantage, I want to share with you. But of course, I can't share so we have protocols to follow. Anyways, and another thing also, if, like I also shared with you that if I don't have that kind of experience, I'll make it up. Another thing you can do is you can also describe or talk about the experience of someone else. Let's say, for example, puzzle. Raiyan, you said like it was hard because you maybe played puzzle just few times in your life. So if you can't think of anything your experience, you can just say that, oh, I've never, or maybe I played puzzle a long time ago and it's hard to remember, but my sister or my brother or my father loves to play puzzles, and every time I'm in the house, I look at my father sitting in the other corner. I can see in the corner of my eyes that he's playing Sudoku, and Sudoku is to me is like it's something like that. I don't really know what Sudoku is. But one time I asked my father, so how do you play Sudoku? And then now you can talk about the little information that you know about Sudoku. So you don't run out of words, right? Because now you talk about, oh, I don't really play. That was a long time. I can't remember exactly, but my father every day in and day out, I can see my father always in the corner playing Sudoku if he doesn't have anything to do, if he's not busy. So then now it would stretch your time, right? It would stretch your 2 minutes. So you don't really have to focus on, oh, how can I describe Sudoku? I don't know, because you are trying to make up a story. But if you are talking about, if you try to talk about someone else playing, then uh, it would maximize your time. So that's also a trick you can do. So any suggestions
Yeah.
also from, yeah, continue, Raiyan.
Yeah, each and every time we answer our big test, and we think that I could have done better.
Exactly. I'm giving you suggestions, but when I'm also in my, maybe in my test, I would say like, oh, all those things that I've collected in my head, the information that I need, it's all gone. Sometimes because of anxiety, because you are nervous, you can think of anything. So, yeah, it's also like
Start focusing on what you plan.
Yeah, they also
What you plan.
specifically mentioned that describe a puzzle game that you played in your mobile phone.
Okay.
So that time I was a bit confused. So what to say?
Yeah, but there are really people who don't play puzzles, right? Or video game or whatever. So what about those people? So if you are that person, then you can say, no, I've never played, but then you can start talking about video games. Maybe you have read something about video games. Me, I never played video games. Never in on my phone or in any gadget. Sorry. All right, YouTube. That's about it.